We're not taking jobs, we're just competing for them.
You can have my job if you could do it.
Mostafa Ghonim and Daniela Velez, here in the U.S. through no fault of their own.
Our backgrounds set us up to kind of have that fight in us.
The business needs me to help it bring growth, to help it bring diversity.
Brought to the U.S. illegally by their parents.
We want to be able to pour back into our families, pour back into our communities.
If you can't do my job, then what job am I stealing from you?
Now, as the fate of DACA hangs in the balance, their futures do too.
I was about 9 years old when my parents decided to come to America. And my mother was like, we're coming to the States. It's just Christmas break. We're gonna see Dad, then we're going back. And we get on the plane, and all I remember was me saying thank you to the hostess. That's all I know in English. We had no coats, so it was snowing that day. We came here to this apartment, and I remember my mother sitting us down and was like, we're not going back.
I was born in Egypt, and we migrated to the States when I was 7 years old. Just when I was about to get registered for school, the visas got approved, and within 2 weeks, packed our stuff and came into America. We came here really in pursuit of the American dream. You know, my father, his biggest thing was, I want you to have everything that I didn't have.
When did you realize that you were here undocumented?
I think the attacks of September 11 woke me up to it pretty quickly. It's one thing to grow up as an undocumented immigrant in the States, but for me it was a Muslim undocumented immigrant growing up in New York City after the attacks of September 11.
There was always that question, why? Why did you bring me? Why did you take me away from this? You know, I used to blame them for this, but I was like, they did this for us. They saw how bad the country was. They saw how bad the economy was getting. They saw that we had no future.
Good afternoon, everybody. This morning, Secretary Napolitano...
They're able to step out of the shadows and start businesses of their very own because of DACA, a program started by President Obama that allows kids who were brought here illegally to continue to live and work in the U.S.
It makes no sense to expel talented young people who, for all intents and purposes, are Americans.
That was a tremendous sigh of relief to know that you can come out of the shadows and finally feel like you're equal. That was all we've ever wanted all along, an equal opportunity at education, an equal opportunity to work and go to school and help our families. You know, that's all we've ever wanted, so DACA was that ticket for us.
It felt like this weight from my shoulders was taken away from me. I could breathe, I could have a normal life.
Research says more than 5% of DACA recipients have started their own businesses. That's almost double the overall U.S. rate.
Today's event is for Sofia Vergara.
Mustafa started an event staffing company a little over a year ago that employs nearly 30 people.
She's showcasing a new product of hers, so we just want to help her make that product launch successful.
What do you say to the people who say that you, as someone here with DACA, are taking Americans' jobs?
I grew up playing baseball. In baseball, for whatever you wanted, you were given a shot to earn what you want. You want an opportunity to start, you earn that position, and the best man wins. So it's not that we're taking any jobs, we're competing, and we're creating jobs in the process.
Daniela works a 9-to-5 and has started her own business on the side. It's called Innovative Lab Designs and lets students who can't make it to classes at school take them online.
Students will buy the kits and take physics lab at home. So like any other online course, you know, you have your book, your requirements. For this lab, you need the kit.
She and her co-founder build lab kits like these that have allowed hundreds of people to get an education at home. We don't know if Daniela is going to be here in 2 years. What would it mean if she had to one day leave?
It doesn't matter to me where they came from. It matters where they're going. If you look around the country at other 2-year schools, 4-year schools, they're not doing this probably because they don't have a Danielle.
The relationship with my father has been very special to me. Growing up, at first, it was always us bashing heads. As that transition started to happen in high school, where him and I started becoming more friends, it was at that moment that he was taken away. One day he had a massive heart attack and passed away.
Do you think that a lot of why you're pursuing the American dream is for him?
Yeah, and my mom. I think my mom is my main reason why. I'm still inspired by her drive, her heart. She has a tremendous heart. I guess through this business I was able to retire her, you can say. Like I said, I don't do things for me. It's not so much for myself. My thing is being able to accomplish something and bring it back for my family, bring it back for my community.
I don't know where I'm gonna land. I don't know where my sister's gonna land.
Daniela's sister Alex is also here on DACA. Currently, people whose DACA expires before March 5th of next year can renew by October 5th of this year. Alex misses the cutoff by 1 day. When you look at that date, does that worry you?
If I'm not meant to be here, then I'm not. It hurts, I would say. Because it's like, it's a new start, and I don't mind it because I don't like staying where I'm not wanted. And it feels like I'm not wanted, so why be here?
I see it as a sentence to me.
This card?
This card, it's like, to me, my life is in a sentence like of 6 months. Part of me says like, yeah, I want to stay here. But then another part of me, it's like, how can we go back live into the shadows when we had a taste of what it is to be in the light?